Gamebook. 24 languages. Not to be confused with playbook, disambiguation. 4 books historically used to record hunted game, see hunting and shooting in the United Kingdom. Equipment. A gamebook is a work of printed fiction that allows the reader to participate in the story by making choices. The narrative branches along various paths, typically through the use of numbered paragraphs or pages. Each narrative typically does not follow paragraphs in a linear or ordered fashion. Gamebooks are sometimes called choose-your-own-adventure books or CYOA after the influential Choose Your Own Adventure series originally published by U.S. company Bantam Books. Gamebooks influenced hypertext fiction. 1. Production of new gamebooks in the West decreased dramatically during the 1990s as choice-based stories have moved away from print-based media, although the format may be experiencing a resurgence on mobile and e-book platforms. Such digital gamebooks are considered interactive fiction or visual novels. Description, edit. Gamebooks range widely in terms of the complexity of the game aspect. At one end are the branching plot novels, which require the reader to make choices but are otherwise like regular novels. This style is exemplified by the originator of the gamebook format, Choose Your Own Adventure, and is sometimes referred to as American style. At the other end of the spectrum are what amounts to solitaire RPG adventures or adventure gamebooks, too, which emulate a tabletop RPG in novel form and feature sophisticated rules for battling monsters and overcoming obstacles. The story can be decided by factors other than the reader's choices, such as dice rolls, or other randomization mechanics, such as leafing through the book to arrive at a random paragraph number, the lack, or presence, of equipment or other items, or by various statistics, such as running out of health points. The latter style is most commonly associated with the British fighting fantasy, FF, franchise. Started in 1982, which originated, codified, and popularized much of the more advanced format that many later gamebooks would follow. The geographic dichotomy led to this type of gamebook sometimes being analogously referred to as British style. CYOA and FF are the two most popular, successful, and enduring gamebook franchises of all time, rendering them the archetypes of their respective, clashing styles and positions on the complexity spectrum. Later series like Lone Wolf and Fabled Lands, typically from Britain, would take the FF formula and push the limits of what explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF could be achieved with printed text narratives, leading to, for example, 20 book arcs in which the same created character could be taken sequentially from one to the next, or 4 or more books that contain interlocking references to each other in order to create one huge world map. In all gamebooks, the story is presented as a series of sections of printed text. These are often but not always numbered. Branching plot novel sections often run to several pages in length, whereas solitaire and adventure gamebook sections are usually no longer than a paragraph or two. These are not intended to be read in order. Instead, at the end of a text section, the reader is typically given a choice of narrative branches that they may follow. Each branch contains a reference to the number of the paragraph or page that should be read next if that branch is chosen, for example to go north. Turn to section 98. The narrative thus does not progress linearly through the book or follow the paragraphs in numerical order. The story continues this way until a paragraph or page which ends that branch of the story. Many solitaire or adventure gamebooks feature a single successful ending, and the remainder are failures. 3. Thus, a gamebook becomes a puzzle since only a few or even one branching paths lead to victory. Branching plot novels, on the other hand, tend to be more concerned with narrative resolution rather than winning or losing, thus often have several endings which may be deemed equally successful. Gamebooks are typically written in the second person with the reader assuming the role of a character to experience the world from that character's point of view. For example, you walk into the cold and dark forest. Many gamebooks form series with a common theme, trade dress, and / or rules A. While each book is typically a standalone narrative, there are gamebook series such as Steve Jackson's Sorcery that continue the narrative from the previous books in the series. History, edit. Origins, edit. There are several examples of early works of art with branching narratives. The romantic novel Consider the Consequences by Doris Webster and Mary Alden Hopkins was published in the United States in 1930, and boasts a dozen or more different endings depending on the taste of the individual reader. 4. The 1936 play Night of the 16th of January by Ayn Rand, about a trial, is unusual in that members of the audience are chosen to play the jury and deliver a verdict, which then influences the play's ending, guilty or not guilty. 5. 6. Also quite early on, the possibility of having stories branching out into several different paths was suggested by Jorge Luis Borges in his short story An Examination of the Work of Herbert Quain. 1941. This story features an author whose novel is a three-part story containing 2 branch points, and with 9 possible endings. 7. 8. Another story by Borges, titled The Garden of Forking Paths. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 1941, also describes a book with a maze-like narrative, which may have inspired the gamebook form. 8. 9. The children's book Treasure Hunt, published in 1945 in Britain under the name of Alan George, probably a pseudonym, is another early example of a story with multiple paths for the reader to follow. 10. Programmed learning materials, first proposed by B.F. Skinner, citation needed, have been recognized as an early influence on the development of branching path books. 11. This learning method was first applied in the Tutor Text series of interactive textbooks, published from the late 1950s up until the early 1970s. These books present the reader with a series of problems related to a particular area of study, allowing him or her to choose among several possible answers. If the answer to a problem is correct, the reader moves on to the next problem. If the answer is incorrect, the reader is given feedback and is asked to pick a different answer. This educational technique would form a basis for many later narrative gamebook series. 12. During the 1960s, authors from several different countries started experimenting with fiction that contained multiple paths and / or endings. Some literary works in this vein include the French language novel L'Ironie du sort, 1961, by Paul Guimard, the Spanish language novels Hopscotch, 1963, by Julio Cortázar and Diego de Cartas, Card Game, 1964, by Max Orb, and the works of the French literary group known as the Aleppo, 1967. 13, 14, 15, 16. Other early experiments include the short stories Alien Territory and The Lost Nose, a programmed adventure, both 1969, by John Sladek, the novel The French Lieutenant's Woman, 1969, by John Fowles, and the collection of short stories titled Tanti Story Pagiache, Many Tales to Play With, 1971, by Italian author Gianni Rodri. 17, 18, 19. Taken together, these influences may have contributed to the development of several pioneering gamebooks in the 1960s and 1970s. These include Lucky Les by E.W. Hildick, 1967, State of Emergency by Dennis Garia and Joan Richards, 1969, The Swedish Language Book Den. Mystiska Payson, The Mysterious Bag, 1970, by Betty Ornilson, and the French Language Book. Histories comme tu voudras, Stories as You Want Them, 1978, by Marie-Christine Helgeson. Among others. 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. Breakthroughs and Popularization, edit. In the U.S., The Adventures of You series appeared in 1976-77, with 2 titles that would later become part of the groundbreaking Choose Your Own Adventure series, Sugarcane Island by Edward Packard and Journey Under the Sea by R. Montgomery. Tabletop role-playing games such as Dungeons and Dragons were another early influence that would contribute in major ways to the development of the gamebook form. The first module, which combined a branching path narrative with a set of role-playing game rules, was Buffalo Castle for the Tunnels and Trolls system, 1975. Buffalo Castle was innovative for its time, as it allowed the Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF reader to experience a role-playing session without need for a referee. It has been followed by many other solitaire adventures for the T&T system, as well as solos for other tabletop role-playing games. The first commercially successful series of gamebooks was the Choose Your Own Adventure series, establishing the American gamebook tradition. The British tradition, as exemplified by the Fighting Fantasy series, was, by contrast, slightly younger. British gamebooks differ from the American tradition by having rules more strongly influenced by the game mechanics of role-playing games. 26. The U.S., late 1970s, edit. The Adventures of You, a 2-book series, authored by Edward Packard and I. Montgomery and initially published by Vermont Crossroads Press, laid much of the groundwork for the later surge in popularity of the gamebook format. Citation needed. Sugarcane Island by Edward Packard was written in 1969 but did not see publication until 1976. This became a series when Journey Under the Sea by R. Montgomery was published in 1977. 2 standalone gamebooks authored by Packard would follow, both published by Lippincott, Deadwood City, 1978, and The Third Planet from Altair, 1979. While these early efforts apparently achieved some popularity with readers, they, and the gamebook format in general, still did not have a publisher with the marketing strength required to make them available to mass audiences. Packard and Montgomery took the idea of publishing interactive books to Bantam, and thus the Choose Your Own Adventure, CYOA, series was born in 1979, beginning with The Cave of Time. The series became immensely popular worldwide and several titles were translated into more than 25 languages. 27. The series reached the peak of its popularity with children in the 1980s. It was during this period that Bantam released several other interactive series to capitalize on the popularity of the medium. A few examples are Choose Your Own Adventure for younger readers, Time Machine and Be an Interplanetary Spy. Many other American publishers released their own series to compete with CYOA. One of the most popular competitors seems to have been TSR, who released several branching path novels based on their own role-playing games. The most famous TSR series was Endless Quest, 1982. Another strong competitor was Ballantine with their Find Your Fate series, which featured adventures in the Indiana Jones, James Bond and Doctor Who universes. Famous author R. L. Stine wrote several books for this line, including The Badlands of Hark, as well as for other series such as Wizards, Warriors and You. Several Choose Your Own Adventure spin-offs and many competing series were translated into other languages. The UK, early 1980s, edit. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. This section needs additional citations for verification. Please help improve this article by adding citations to reliable sources in this section. Unsourced material may be challenged and removed. June 2019. Learn how and when to remove this message. One of the most influential and popular gamebook series was the Fighting Fantasy series, which started in 1980 when a Puffin Books representative saw a hall full of 5,000 people playing Dungeons and Dragons and asked Ian Livingstone and Steve Jackson to make a book about role-playing games. They instead offered the idea of a book which simulated the experience of role-playing games. Within a year they presented a book under the name of The Magic Quest to Puffin, which Puffin agreed to publish. Having spent 6 more months developing the concept, it was published under the name of The Warlock of Firetop Mountain in 1982. 29. Another notable UK gamebook series is Lone Wolf, developed by Joe Dever in 1984. Like Fighting Fantasy, the writer was an experienced Dungeons and Dragons player who developed the setting of Lone Wolf for his campaigns. 30. However, the books were also inspired by medieval texts such as Gawain and the Green Knight and Le Morte d'Arthur. 31. Grail Quest is a series of gamebooks written by J.H. Brennan, also beginning in 1984, that were also inspired by the Arthurian legends. Set mainly on Avalon, they make use of a dice-based system. 32. Better source needed. The Way of the Tiger, a Japan-themed gamebook series by Mark Smith and Jamie Thompson, starting in 1985, is also a notable UK publication. Citation needed. Outside the English-speaking world, mid-1980s, edit. Branching path books also started to appear during the 1980s in several other countries, including Spain, France, Italy, Mexico, Chile, Denmark and Japan. Despite the domination of works that have been translated from English in most non-English speaking countries, a sizable number of original gamebooks, both individual books and series, have been published in various countries. This is especially the case in France, for example the La Saga du Prétagine series, citation needed, and in Japan, for example Tokyo Sojensha's Super Adventure Game series and Futabasha's Bukan Gamebook series. In some other countries, publication both of translated series and of original books began in later years. For example, the first original books in Brazil and Italy seem to have appeared in the 1990s. Eastern Europe, late 1980s, edit. Translated editions of Choose Your Own Adventure, Fighting Fantasy and other English language series only appeared in Eastern European countries after the fall of communism. 33. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Since the mid-1980s, about 90 gamebooks have been published in Poland, not only as printed books, but also as comics, e-books or mobile applications. The author of the largest number of titles, 20, is Benjamin Musinski. Polish gamebooks are regularly written by their fans and published online by Maswibor, publishing house which has been operating since 2010. 34. In the 1990s, the gamebook genre became highly popular in Bulgaria for approximately 10 years. 35. Whilst internationally well-known series such as Choose Your Own Adventure and Fighting Fantasy were translated for the Bulgarian market, the works of numerous Bulgarian gamebook authors were most popular with readers. During the popularity peak of gamebooks in Bulgaria, Bulgarian publishing houses believed that only Western authors would sell and, as a consequence, virtually all Bulgarian gamebook authors adopted English pseudonyms. 35. 36. This tradition persisted after their nationality was publicly disclosed. A smaller number of Hungarian authors also adopted Western pseudonyms, in addition to official titles that were also in English. 37. Several adventure gamebooks have been released in the Czech Republic and Russia. In Azerbaijan, Narmin Kamal's novel, Open It's Me, offers the reader a choice to either read the book as a random collection of 39 short stories about the same character, or as a single novel. A photo of the book's hero is published on the final page and the author asks the reader questions about the character. Decline and Resurgence, 1990s onward, edit. The branching path book commercial boom dwindled in the early 1990s, and the number of new series diminished. However, new branching path books continue to be published to this day in several countries and languages. Choose Your Own Adventure went on to become the longest running gamebook series with 184 titles. The first run of the series ended in 1998. 38, 39, 40, 41, 42. R. Montgomery started re-releasing some Choose Your Own Adventure titles in 2005. His company has also released some new titles. New books and series continue to be published in other countries to this day. Examples are the 1000 Gefahren series in Germany and the Two Decides La Aventura series in Spain. The 60th and lost entry in the Fighting Fantasy series, Bloodbones, was finally published by Wizard in 2006. Main article, Interactive Fiction. In recent years, the format may be getting a new lease of life on mobile and ebook platforms. 43. Types, edit. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. This type of book was seen predominantly as a form of entertainment for children. Nonetheless, there were books with more didactic purposes, ranging from historical series such as the aforementioned Time Machine to books with religious themes such as the Making Choices series. Also, a few branching path books were aimed at adults, ranging from business simulations to works of erotica. Mainstream fiction, edit. Barring the aforementioned works of Denis Garia in the 1960s, one of the earliest examples of the form is the 5-volume Barcelona, Maxima Discretion series, which adapted the Neue fiction genre to an interactive form. 44, published in the 1980s, this series was only available in Catalan and Spanish. Heather McElotton published a best-selling 45 gamebook for adults in 2007, called Pretty Little Mistakes, a do-over novel. It was followed by a sequel titled Million Little Mistakes published in 2010, 46. Some contemporary literary novels have used the gamebook format, including Kim Newman's Life's Lottery, 1999, and Nicholas Bourbecky's If, 2014. 47. Education, edit. In 2011, McGraw-Hill Education began releasing adaptations of the original Choose Your Own adventure titles as graded readers. The stories were retold in simplified language and reorganized plot lines, in order to make them easier for English as a second or foreign language readers to play. The choice format of gamebooks has proved to be popular with ESL teachers as a way to motivate reluctant students, target critical thinking skills, and organize classroom activities. 48. Erotica, edit. Various erotic gamebooks have been published by major publishers. In 1994, Derrière la Porte by Alina Reyes was published by Pocket Books France and Editions Robert Laffont, and later translated into English for Grove Press and Weidenfeld and Nicholson, as Behind Closed Doors, and into Italian for Ugo Guendar Editor, as Dietro la Porte. Melcher Media in 2003 packaged 2 Choose Your Own erotic adventure books for Penguin Books Gotham Books imprint, including Catherine in the City by Mary Ann Mohan Raj, a well-known writer of erotica. Role-playing Solitaire Adventures, edit. Solitaire Adventures were a parallel development. This type of book is intended to allow a single person to use the rules of a role-playing game to experience an adventure without need of a referee. The first role-playing game Solitaire Adventures to be published were those using the Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Tunnels and Trolls system, beginning with the book Buffalo Castle in 1976, making Tunnels and Trolls the first role-playing game to support solitaire play. Flying Buffalo released 24 solo adventure books, plus several pocket-size adventures, in the period 1976–1993. A number of the adventures are still in print today. 49, 50. They were very successful among players of role-playing games and inspired many imitators. Another early role-playing game with solitaire modules made for it was the Fantasy Trip. The first such module was Death Test, published in 1978. 8 adventures were released in total. One thing that set them apart was the need for miniatures and a hex map, in order to take advantage of the combat and movement systems. These adventures were also very popular and influential. Meanwhile, several third-party publishers started to publish solitaire adventures meant for use with popular role-playing systems. Some of the earliest adventures in this vein were The Solo Dungeon, 1978, by British author Richard Bartle, and Survival of the Fittest, 1979, published by Judges Guild in the United States. Both of these adventures were meant to be used with Dungeons and Dragons rules. Solitaire role-playing adventures also experienced a boom in the 1980s. Many role-playing rule sets included solo adventures which were intended to teach the rules systems to the players. Some companies released lines of solitaire adventures for their own games. Examples of games with prolific solitaire lines were Dungeons and Dragons, GURPS, Das Schwarzorge, DC Heroes, and Call of Cthulhu. Some third-party publishers continued to release solo adventures for established RPG systems, including Judges Guild, who released solos for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons. Solitaire adventures were also featured quite frequently in professional RPG magazines and fanzines. Several solo adventures, such as those for Tunnels and Trolls, Dungeons and Dragons, and Das Schwarzorge, were translated into other languages. As was the case with other types of gamebooks, the production of solitaire RPG adventures decreased dramatically during the 1990s. However, new solos continue to be published to this day. Some companies continue to produce solo adventures for Tunnels and Trolls. There are also new solo adventures for a variety of systems, and even some influenced by the fantasy trip solos, such as the ones by Dark City Games. The Internet has provided a channel to distribute solitaire adventures, with both free and commercial adventures made available as electronic documents. Adventures, edit. Adventure gamebooks incorporate elements from Choose Your Own Adventure books and role-playing solitaire adventures. The books involve a branching path format in order to move between sections of text, but the reader creates a character as in a role-playing game, and resolves actions using a game system. Unlike role-playing solitaire adventures, adventure gamebooks include all the rules needed for play in each book. Adventure gamebooks are usually not divided into numbered. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF pages, but rather into numbered sections of text, so that several sections may fit in a single page. Or a single section can span several pages. The Warlock of Firetarp Mountain was published in 1982, the first of what became the Fighting Fantasy series of gamebooks, one of the first adventure gamebook series. With over 60 titles, including a variety of spin-offs, the series popularized the gamebook format in the UK and many other countries, such as Canada, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Singapore, the United States, Portugal, Tanzania, Brazil, Spain, France, Germany, Italy, Denmark, Israel, Japan, and after the fall of communism, Eastern Europe. 52. Several authors in different countries continue to publish adventure gamebooks in the late 2010s. Notable examples are German fantasy authors Wolfgang Holbein, Marcus Heitz and Lemon Bits, 53, and British author Jonathan Green. Citation needed. Adventure gamebooks experienced a publishing boom in the 1980s, most notably in the United Kingdom, the United States, Italy and France. British series such as Fighting Fantasy, Lone Wolf, and The Way of the Tiger were translated into several languages and became very popular worldwide. The boom decreased considerably in the 1990s, with Fabled Lands being the last major British gamebook series. In the 2000s, reissues of the Fighting Fantasy and Lone Wolf series emerged, and garnered some commercial success. Citation needed. Online adaptations, edit. Given the similar structure to HTML links between the pages of a website, numerous efforts have been made to create a digital equivalent to the gamebook format, with varying degrees of success. These include visual novels, story websites, and various experiments with audio CDs, such as TSR, Inc.'s short-lived TerraTracks line. See also, edit. Adventure game. Interactive movie. Interactive fiction. List of gamebooks. Nonlinear narrative. Visual novel. References, edit. 1. The Evolution of Fantasy Role-Playing Games by Michael J. Tresca, page 100. 2. FAQs Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on 2012. 03-15. Retrieved 6 January 2017. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 3. Staff. What is Fighting Fantasy? Fighting Fantasy. Icon, Wizard, Books Limited. Retrieved 27 May 2012. 4. Rubenstein Library. Duke University. September 2017. 5. Theatre Review, Rand's Night of 16 January Has a Good Day in Court. Los Angeles Times. 25 January 1995. 6. Herman, David, John, Manfred, Ryan, Marie-Laure, 10 June 2010. Routledge Encyclopedia of Narrative Theory. Routledge. ISBN 978-1134458400. 7. Item Examen de la Obrada Herbert Quain Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on 3 December 2016. Retrieved 6 January 2017. 8. AB Series Miscellaneous Works by Jorge Luis Borges Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on 6 December 2016. Retrieved 6 January 2017. 9. Item El Jardin de Cendres QSE by Furkan Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on 4 December 2016. Retrieved 6 January 2017. 10. The Early History of Gamebooks, Discoveries. Fighting Fantasy. Retrieved 19 September 2016. 11. Media, Gamebook, SFE, Science Fiction Encyclopedia. sfencyclopedia.com. Retrieved 6 January 2017. 12. Series Tutor Text, Doubleday Series Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on 6 December 2016. Retrieved 6 January 2017. 13. Item Un Conte a votre Facon Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 14 item The Theatre Tree, a combinatory play. Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on the 4th of March, 2016. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 15 series miscellaneous works by the Aleppo. Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on the 6th of December, 2016. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 16 Juego de Cartas, de Max Orb, por atque de Nosvigia. 17 title, The Lost Nose, a programmed book. isfp.org. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 18 about John Sladek. Unzippleeditions.co.uk. Archived from the original on the 23rd of February, 2017. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 19 Alien Territory. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 22nd of October, 2012. 20 item Lucky Les. Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 21 series Lucky Les. Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 22 series miscellaneous works by Denis Garia. Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 23 item Den Mystiskapasen. Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 24 series Den Mystiskapasen. Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 25 Histories com tu Valdras. 1978. ISBN 9782081605879. 26 A Brief History of Gamebooks Games vs Play. 27 Choose Your Own Adventure. Gamebooks.org, the 9th of June, 2004. Archived from the original on 2013. 01-29. Retrieved the 22nd of October, 2012. 28 The Retro Cult Around Fighting Fantasy Gamebooks. BBC. The 25th of August, 2014. Retrieved the 19th of July, 2018. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd. HTML to PDF. 29 Fighting Fantasy FAQ. The 27th of November, 2005. Archived from the original on the 27th of November, 2005. Retrieved the 12th of December, 2011. 30 Blake, Jonathan, the 1st of January, 1998. Joe Dever. The Kai Monastery. Retrieved the 3rd of July, 2006. 31 Denver, Joe, the 28th of August, 1993. Lone Wolf, Joe Dever Frequently Asked Questions, PDF. Joe Dever. Letter. Retrieved the 15th of July, 2006. 32 Castle of Darkness. Goodreads. Retrieved the 9th of April, 2019. 33 Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January, 2017. 34 Benjamin Muzinski Gryksysko, W Happy Smiley Litradar #16, S12. 35 AB Hakop and J0K3 Ra, the 15th of November 2006. Citadelator.com. Retrieved the 22nd of October 2012. 36 items published in Bulgaria. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on the 29th of January 2013. Retrieved the 22nd of October 2012. 37 Demian Katz, 1998-2012. Items published in Hungary. Demian's Gamebook web page. Demian Katz. Archived from the original on the 8th of May 2012. Retrieved the 27th of May 2012. 38 item Sugarcane Island Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. 39 item Journey Under the Sea Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. 40 series The Adventures of You series Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. 41 item The Cave of Time Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. The 1st of August 2014. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. 42 series Choose Your Own Adventure 1979-1998 Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on the 2nd of December 2016. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. 43 Keith Stewart. Interactive Fiction in the eBook Era Technology. The Guardian. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. 44 series Barcelona Maxima Discretion Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. 45 Boston Globe bestseller list for paperback fiction, the 5th of June 2007. Boston.com, the 5th of June 2007. Retrieved the 22nd of October 2012. 46 EUAN. Author lets readers choose what to do with Lottery Millions. Minnesota Public Radio. The 26th of September 2010. 47 interview, Nicholas Bourbaki, author of If. Electricliterature.com, the 8th of November 2014. Retrieved the 12th of November 2014. 48 Filazzo, Larry, the 3rd of May 2009. The best places to read and write. Choose Your Own Adventure. Stories. Retrieved the 5th of December 2012. 49 item Buffalo Castle Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on the 3rd of December 2016. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. 50 series Tunnels and Trolls Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org, the 12th of June 2012. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. 51 item The Warlock of Firetarp Mountain Demian's Gamebook web page. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on the 7th of January 2012. Retrieved the 6th of January 2017. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 52-carat series Fighting Fantasy Demians Gamebook webpage. Gamebooks.org. Archived from the original on 4 December 2016. Retrieved 6 January 2017. 53-carat Lemon Bits Joint MIT Die Monstertrickser in den Sonderpress Kindle Storyteller X. Amazon. Press. The 11th of October 2018. Retrieved 31st of March 2019. External links, edit. Demian Katz Catalogue of Gamebooks. Gamebooks collection on the Internet Archive. samizdat.cc/co/visualized path analysis of 10 choose your own adventure game. Books. Categories: Gamebooks, narrative forms, interactive fiction. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF.